Hello everybody, how you doing? Wee Paddy here from across the shock, and as promised I'm starting to make videos. So here's my first real video of a knife I bought. Now I did buy it from Heine Haynes. It is available in Heine Haynes, but not this particular one. This one is in Blue Jean micarta. They do another micarta one which is the same price, and they have it in stock, but you can put this in order, not pre-order, but back order with Heine to get it. I waited a couple of months for this because I didn't get the initial one, so I didn't know whether I wanted the knife or not, and it was a big mistake because having seen a couple of reviews on YouTube, I knew I had to get it, so I went and got the back order and it came through, but they were sold out in seconds. So I don't know how many they've got of the other micarta version, but I wouldn't hang about if you want it. And don't forget, use our Heine Haynes code down below and you get 7% discount. Right, that's it. That's all my publishing over. This is a QSP knife. My first QSP, never had them before. They've been about for a couple of years now. I know Blade Banter, David over at Blade Banter has quite a lot to do with QSP and promoting them. So go check his channel out. He has plenty of other knives in their range. But this is a budget option. And I remember not so long ago doing the Real Steel Luna and saying it was, most probably one of the best budget knives of the year. And I still stand by that. There's not much difference in price between these two. This is a fabulous knife. For me, it's probably more... It only edges out this QSP knife for the fact that it's UK legal. This one isn't. And that's the only difference between how good they are. But as in two knives I want to have in my collection, these two are it. This is staying in my collection. It's that good. For a budget knife, So I'll do comparisons with other budget knives later on in the review. Anyway, this is the QSP box. It's quite a nice box, sort of gold and black. And inside it came in a wee baggie, but inside it's just a little foam mat at the bottom. But you get this lovely little card. Thank you for choosing the QSP knives, which I think is lovely. And it gives you a breakdown of the knife, its sizes and all that, and the different parts of the knife for those who maybe are just starting out. And this is for somebody who's just starting out, or somebody who's been years and just wants a good little work knife, a little around the house knife, around the backyard. Nothing too heavy, but a really nice functional knife, a knife to use. So I'll put the box over here. Nice little box. So this is the knife, which is lovely. It comes in Blue Jean micarta. Now, this is a very light blue. It's nearly grey blue. I don't know whether, maybe they all come in different colours. Micarta is very hard to keep in a long run of the same colour, but it's got a beautiful deep carry pocket clip, which is lovely. Now, they have got rounded screws, but it doesn't affect it going in and out of my jeans whatsoever. There's just a couple of screws at the back. You've got your main pivot screw, and you've got a lovely lanyard hole there for those who want them. And you can reverse the pocket clip front or back, left or right. Ambidextrous thumb studs, which are good and useful. And look at that blade. Is that not just a useful blade? The blade grind is lovely. It's fairly even on both sides as well. There's not much difference in the sides. It's just done extremely well. The micarta is smooth, but yet it is grippy. If you know micarta, it is. Some of them are. This is linen micarta. So it's got that linen feeling, a warm feeling, a nice feeling in the hand. Say I have 3.5 inch across my palm here. It fits beautifully. You can sneak up a bit if you want. In fact, when I've been using it, I have sneaked up there. Not that my hand doesn't fit here, but it just gives you a wee bit more room and it gets me closer to the blade, which I like when I'm doing small cutting tasks. Which basically, it's a proper work knife. There's nothing wrong with it. It's got D2 steel, flat ground with sabre ground, high sabre ground there. Really, really functional. And the Chinese D2, look, it's as good as you're going to get. And when you hear the price of this, look, let me tell you, you can't bicker. You just cannot bicker. Chinese D2, most of it's all right. Do you know what I mean? It's like HCR13 people dislike and they say it doesn't hold an edge. For an average, everyday little knife to have about with you, for the tasks that I'm going to want this to do, this blade and the steel is perfect. Sheep's foot design, very simple handle, which makes it work better. which makes it work better. Much like the Luna, there's not much to it, but it just works. And this knife is all about just working. It really is. It weighs in at 90 grams, which is about 3.17 ounces. So again, it's no weight in your pocket whatsoever. No weight whatsoever. I absolutely love it. It's really thin behind the edge. And out of the box, now I've been using this. Out of the box, I didn't do that very well. Actually, I'm down the caravan, and my paper down the caravan gets damp incredibly quickly. But listen to that. You hardly hear it going through the paper. I say it's been used, but it's still razor sharp. It didn't lose its edge at all. A really lovely knife, open construction. There's no lightning holes in the inside of this. It's just a very thin liner, a metal liner, so a steel liner I should say, and a liner lock which locks up absolutely perfect. Not early, just right on. It all hits the the tang. Oh gosh, I really have got a problem with words. I'm so out of practice, I am sorry. There's a little mark here, but it's like a mark you would have got on the jeans if you had a pair of jeans. I know it's a composite, but it just adds to the character of the knife. It really does. It looks like a pair of faded jeans. Very light faded jeans, but it's lovely. And the other micarta is a darker micarta. Doesn't really matter. It feels nice and warm in the hand. A nice knife to use for the winter. Or, well, anytime. But in the winter, you've got a nice warm handle. Rather than cold plastic or metal, you have a nice handle on it. I like that, to be honest. I really do like that in a cold winter's day. You know, if you're outside with a metal or a titanium even, it's cold. This isn't. So, I don't know I didn't do the size measurements. I know I weighed it. Now, let me give you a blade length. The blade length is about 7.5 centimeters cutting length, which is just about 3 inches, just under 3 inches. The overall length is 18, which is about 7 and an eighth long, somewhere around there, just over 7 inches. And it's just the perfect size, a 3-inch blade, 4-inch handle, basically. For me, I think for most average hands, that is the perfect size for a small knife to carry on. Look at the action on this. Isn't that just ball bearings on a wee knife like this? And look at the action on it. I just find that the more knives they bring out now at these prices, and they can do such a fabulous job, it's just, we're in the perfect time to be a knife collector. That is just fabulous. Now, the price on this is the bit that's just even more fabulous than the knife. This is the lockup on this. I should say this lockup doesn't move at all, although it's, you know, it's nearly free dropping, but the lockup just doesn't move at all. The price for this knife, $26.95 at Heine Haynes today, minus 7% discount. Well, yeah, can you beat that? I just think for a functional little knife, you can't beat it. I'm going to bring the Luna out. If the only reason this knife beats this is UK legal, for me, for everybody else around the world, that'll not matter. This is every bit as good as this. They've both got D2 steel. They'll both cut for days. They're just lovely knives. I am so impressed with this. I honestly thought this was going to be my knife of the year. This is incredibly close to it. And I think, now I've been using this, but I think more use of getting this, the more I'm going to like it. Really, really do like it for a locking knife. So there's the Luna, which I've already showed you. Here's another one that came out this year, which surprised me by how much I like it. This is the CRKT Piet 8CR13. Again, for a little pocket knife, absolutely fine. Absolutely 100% fine. Cuts really well, hold an edge for a reasonably long time for a small knife. This is lovely. I love the splash of blue in this. Again, something similar in size. That 4 and 3 is just gorgeous. Now, here's an old favourite. This is the Ganzo FH51, and this is one of my favourites. Now, this is very similar. It's G10, it's D2. Again, the D2 is fine, cuts for as long as I'll ever wanted to cut for in a small pocket knife. Again, the size are very, very similar, but another cracking buy if you can get hold of them. Now, here's another one that most people will know, the honey badger. I like this, but not as much as I've liked the ones that I've just showed you, plus this one. I think it beats this. The plastic handle in this is very cheap to me. I don't like the look or feel of it. It feels very cheap. To me. To me. To me. But in all said, it's a really good knife for the price. You can't fault the knife for the price. Again, the action on this is absolutely stellar. Absolutely stellar. Great little knife. And here we are. There's an old friend. I know I'm doing quite a few, but it's nice sometimes when I get a new knife. I like to compare it to my other knives to see what I'm getting. Here's the Bob Dozier, the K-Bar. This is another just amazing knife. And again, that similar size. This is an Oz 8, which again is another steel. If you haven't used it, don't be frightened. It's absolutely fine for a pocket knife. Not a problem whatsoever. And I've got one more Ganzo, and this is the Ganzo F759M. Again, one of my favourite all-time little knives. Probably my favourite all-time knives. It's cheaper than this, half the price of this, but it's just a good knife. It's not as classy looking as this with the Jean Micarta, so I don't have to pay as much. If you just want a little beater, this is so hard to beat. And I'm going to step up a notch at another knife that's a Chinese knife that's out at the minute that everybody wants. They're selling a ton of, the Civivi Elementum. Again, exactly that same size range. Perfect little knife. This is a flipper. This is a liner lock. This is a liner lock too, sorry. This is thumb studs. Two different sort of use or opening mechanisms, but for the same use. This is about 60 quid and this is 26. And I'm going to say it again, 26.95. The QSP Penguin. It is a star. It really is a star. This is a perfect knife. It's absolutely beautiful. But go for price. If price is a thing and price is something that bothers you, 26.95, 60 quid. That's a hell of a difference. That's a hell of a difference. And you're getting the same blade steel D2. And I just think the fit and finish in this, is it perfect? No, but it's nearly there. You know, I mean, you go around looking for tiny faults. I tend not to. If the knife is functional, looks good, there's nothing glaring out at me, there's definitely no mechanism problems, this is a bargain. Just go and buy them. Just go and buy them. And if you want the blue Jean Micarta, stick your name down in the back order with Heine Haynes. And when it comes through, like me, they send you a text. I went and ordered it straight away, and it's as well I did, because within a day I think they were all sold out. But they have got another Micarta. If you're not worried about blue Micarta, they have a darker Micarta in stock now. Go and get it. It really is worth it if that's what you're looking for. And if that's your budget, you're not going to get any better than this. You're just not. You literally can't for 26.95. So there you are. I hope you've enjoyed that little offering. If you haven't seen them, really worth a look. Please go and have a look. And it's piqued my interest in QSP. It's my first one, and I've been looking at that Puffin, which looks like another one. It's a dearer model, but if the fit and finish and the standard of the knives like this, maybe a bit better with materials, I think it might be something that's on my radar. So there you go. Take care. Paddy's away for a wee cup of tea. It's so nice to be back. And for all those who well wish me, thank you very, very much indeed. I am so happy to be back, and we'll have more videos very soon. Take care. Cup of tea time. Bye now.